Hello everybody, and welcome to the last video in this course. In this video, we are going to add those final touches to bring some extra life to our character. Now if you are like me, then you are very happy with what you've done so far, and all that rests now is to give some color variation to our image. And we can do this in a very sensible way. First thing we need to do is go to our color folder. I'm going to start by adding a new layer on top of all of my color layers and call it Red Blemishes. I'm going to use this layer to add some red variation to my image, which will portray the blood that you might see in a face. Imagine it's very cold outside and you can see somebody's face that all the blood is rushing to the skin to keep it warm, or to attempt to keep it warm. Well, now in our art we can mimic this by adding a soft red touch to all the areas where we are expecting to see it more red. For example, there is more red on the fingers, on the tip of the ears, around the cheeks and the nose and the mouth. Adding a soft red touch to our image can instantly improve the way it looks and the way it feels to the viewer. You might say it feels that much more real. Our character is that much more come to life. Play around with your colors to see what works for you. Maybe a little more or a little less. Keep in mind that there are parts of the face that have extra red, the lips, the nose and the tip of the fingers especially. When you are finished with your blemishes, make a new layer and call this layer Hair Gradient. Make a selection of your hair, mask the hair gradient layer and give it a slight color variation that you can paint in with a soft brush. I'm going to go for a slightly orangey color, and at the base of the hair and the lower areas I'm just going to give it that little touch. It might look like a small thing, but overall your image will stand out as it has a soft gradient to it. It's not just one single color anymore. Make a new layer and call it Clothes Gradient. Make a selection of your green layer, mask the layer and color pick a warmer green. Then, with the same soft brush, start adding it to your image to give it that extra push. When you've finished, make a new layer and call this layer Boots Gradient. Make a selection of your boots and in a similar fashion, after you've made a mask of that selection, choose a warmer brown color, perhaps you can make it slightly more orange, and with a soft brush, color over it to give it that nice color variation. Make a new layer, call this layer Sword Gradient, make a selection of the sword, mask the layer, and choose a warmer blue color. Then, on the metally part of the blade, brush over it to give it a nice variation. Do the same with the handle of the sword. Add another layer. Call this layer Legs Gradient. Make a selection of the legs, but I noticed that I also included the forearm in that layer, so I name it Legs Forearm Gradient. I mask the layer, and I choose a similarly warm blue color that I can simply brush over those leggings to break off that monotone color. Keep in mind that it doesn't have to be a lot. Just a slight touch is sufficient to break up that color. Merge all the layers together in a folder called Color Gradient. And if we turn this on and off, you can see how much difference it makes to our image. You can see how those smudges of color give it that extra push. It makes it come to life that much more. It breaks off all those monotone colors. It gives it that real life feeling, as if this girl Link character is actually alive. One thing you might want to do is to change the color of the background. To demonstrate this, press Ctrl U on that layer and simply mess around with the hue, the saturation, just to see if it works. Does it match? Does it match your character? One thing I will recommend is to not make it too bright. You don't want the background to be in competition with your character. You also don't want to make it too desaturated, because that wouldn't match the life we have given our character. For me, I am happy with the original background. I thought this would be a nice thing that you might want to think of for your character. And with that, we are done with our character. We have given it various color variations to break up that image.